I've been on it for a while, on back and forth. Um, that to me, I think was the biggest eye opener. I think it was my first event, I think, other than, the smaller ones. And I really, really valued everyone's perspective. Everyone has a different way of looking at things and different life experiences. And so just hearing other people share their stories, actually, I left empowered with my own story. And because it doesn't have to look like everyone else's. So I just, that's was my biggest takeaway, was very missional. And last but not least, I mean, it just really, for me, just drilled home even more so. Mindset is everything. And I just saw that repeated so many times on the Super Saturday. And yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. So then for me, how do I integrate those mindset changes and goals that I want to have in my life? So that was my biggest takeaway from Super Saturday. And last but not least, I'm looking forward to the next. So that should say something too, right? So if you're already, okay, when's the next one? That should say a lot. So even though it was a far drive, it was worth every mile, because it is a mission, and it's awesome to be a part of it. And that was what was felt at Super Saturday.
I love it. Oh my gosh, so powerful that you were able to lead with your story. Like, did you guys catch that? That was really powerful, so good. How helpful is that to Casey as she goes out now to further the mission, because she does have the vision. She's able to stand confidently in her own story. That's part of it, right? Like, you got to be able to know, like, transformation happens here. I'm feeling kind of thing, so that was great. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So, before Mel begins, I just want to share a little bit of the backstory, a little bit of back of what happened on Super Saturday for Casey that she did not share. She met other coaches, in particularly one other coach, Tani. Tani. Here's what Tani did for me, for Casey. She said, "You're going to convention, right?" And Casey was like, "Well, look." And Tani was like, "Girl, you need to be on the wait list. Like, if you don't have your ticket, here's the link." Sent her the link right then in person. Told Casey to get registered right there. Friended Casey on Facebook, or somehow there was a Facebook connection. So now they're connected. So guess what? Now Casey sees all of Tani's stuff. She's very active, very passionate, very much believes in the mission. And that was Casey's person that day, meaning that's who she connected with. They had a great conversation. I believe that in the future, next time they see each other, it's going to be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" Right? More incentive for what? Casey to stay, more influence, more ideas, and just another person. Here's what happened though. I've asked Casey to go to convention. We've talked about this. I know where Casey's at with convention. However, like, it was really nice to not have to beat her over the head over it. Somebody else did it for me. It was like, dude, what are you doing? So how cool is it that the community is that passionate and does those things? Because guess what? Tani knows how important it is for Casey to be at convention. Why? Because the events change things. So that was just backstory. Again, like, taking people to things where there's going to be other people. They embed things for you just naturally because they're also passionate, and you just don't know how that's going to serve you. Okay. Go ahead, Mel.
Okay, so one of the things that I heard on this boot camp, which I hadn't been like even thinking about, was that we have these forms. They are the plus Q plus A coach candidate evaluation forms. Now, this is something that they said you should have one of these printed out for every single client that you have, right? And as you're doing their check-ins and stuff, you put their name on here and their celebration dates, and you're identifying them. This is like really important and this will help you with, you know, your wording, because if you can identify why they'd be a good coach, then you can approach them a lot easier. They're moving forward with their health, they're coachable, they're excited about their journey, their level of integration, they're looking for more, successful in other areas, open to learning more. I can tell you, when you have a lot of clients, or even when you don't have a lot of clients, when you're trying to figure out, like with your coach that you're bringing on a Coach Explorer, what qualifies them, and you're trying to remember in the back of your head, well, I think their why is, and I think that they would be really good at this. This is going to help you with this. Okay. So there's the identifying, the qualifying, the approach, and the presenting. So one of the things they were saying there was that inviting somebody to explore coaching doesn't necessarily mean getting them on a call, onto an Explorer, but it means asking them the question if they're even interested in exploring that. So knowing that it's just a simple question might help you guys to actually ask it, because here's what happens is some of us get hung up on something. There's some reason that we aren't asking that for more people. So there's an exercise that they had in there to complete. These are a sentence completion thing. So I want you guys to write down these questions. I know that Monica and I were talking about something earlier, and my 7-8 hour ago brain is not remembering what everything is, but this is what I really wanted to talk about. So here's what I want you to write down. When it comes to sponsoring, I'm concerned. And then what are you concerned about? This is identifying what your hangups are. These concerns stop me from, and I will drop this into the thing. And if you're not in the sponsoring boot camp, you know, you can get in there, but I printed these out so that you can have them. If I was more comfortable with sponsoring, these are the questions, complete. Growing into sponsoring means, if I take this one conversation at a time, right? These are things that are going to help you break down what's getting in your way. Inviting more people to this opportunity means to be fully in service to others. I'm now ready to. So as you're writing those down, you're going to figure out what it is that gets in your way, why you're hesitating on sponsoring or at least inviting, and just start figuring that out and share it with your mentorship. Like, this is where I realized that why I'm not inviting, because asking somebody a question on if they, you know, knowing what's going on in their life from using this I plus Q plus A, I plus Q equals A, and then going to here, you should be able to ask them a question. If you're not dripping coaching all the way through, like, I think one of my hangups is I'm really great at on the health assessment and throughout all the calls and everything. Where I seem to get the hang up is I'm not actually doing enough Coach Explore calls. I'm doing all the asking, but I'm not doing that final invitation. And so if we're not doing that final invitation, it's like telling somebody about a really great party. And that's like what Monica was talking about, our community. That's why we have these group chats, is they are introduced into our community. And like they were saying on the last call about, utilizing, well, they said participating in community. This is something that people don't even think that they're lacking. They don't know they're lacking, but when they come into our community, all of a sudden they're like, wow, this is really cool. These are some really cool people. So I want you guys to kind of look at like what's hanging you up, because until we know what's actually hanging each of us up, then that's not something that we can actually deal with. Would you guys agree? Yeah. Okay, so they're simple questions. They're going to be something that will stretch you. I would highly recommend making sure that there's 2 more weeks of these boot camps that are on Saturdays. So if you can just listen to week 1 and you can listen to week 2 this week, you'll kind of be caught up. But I think that you'll find there's a lot of really great things in there that are going to help you. And so what this is trying to teach you to do is just to be more bold about what you're doing in your approach. Be more bold on your social media, be more bold on your health assessments. These are all places that you can be planting that coaching, that, seed in there. The journey kickoff call and client support. I can tell you, having Dawn in my chats, having Monica in my chats, having Jen in my chats, guess what they're also doing? They're also dripping coaching. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till you start coaching with us. You're going to be amazing, right? These are all planted in there. And they start to feel that, that support. And, I get from all of my clients, like, this is like a really amazing program. This is so cool. I've never had this kind of support. Okay. People don't know, like Monica said, like Casey had no idea what she was coming down to or up. I think it would be down, right? Or across. I don't know how far you drove, girl. But this is something that people don't know that they're missing. And look at this community. I mean, isn't this something that you guys want to invite people to? Right? This is something that's really cool. So client celebration calls, posturing the benefits of coaching through everything. And then we do have that call that they were talking about this Wednesday night. So make sure that you are inviting to that. Make sure that you're on it. They gave it a double dog dare, I think, that they were saying to invite 4 people a day. And that was on Saturday. So I'm a little behind, but still can invite 4 people a day. Imagine if, you had 4 people, even from now, that's 12 people that you've invited to come watch this and do the follow up with it. So this, I want you guys to think about printing off these and just like, this is going to help jog your memory on why these people are going to be good coaches, and where you can kind of, where you can see where their strengths are and where their strengths are on the things that they need. And then fill that gap with coaching, like tell them why coaching is going to be beneficial to them. So that's kind of what I got. Monica.
Thank you very much. So for those of you that are new and wondering what the heck I plus Q equals A is.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It's identify, qualify, and approach.
Okay, so identify, qualify, and approach. So identify. So this is where you're really listening, what gaps you're going to fill in their life to help, qualify them, like how willing are they, and then like in that level, you're going to approach them. Hey, Sally, I really think if you took a look at this, it would make a lot of sense to you. Type of thing. So I plus Q equals A. I wanted to, there's something when you're in like sales, in a sales forum, they always teach you, or they taught us to, the ABCs, to always be closing. Right? So it's like this mindset where like everybody's a number and like you're closing. And so the number 4 is important because that's the number. Like if you're approaching 4 people a day on what we do here, you should not be surprised that in the next month, you're making $2,200 a month and helping 20 people. You should not be surprised. Jamil said it on a call this morning like this. He said, if you do 4 approaches a day and you're surprised at the end of the month, you're making $2,200, that's kind of like being surprised that the sun came up in the morning. Like, oh, wow, the sun came up. Like, you shouldn't be surprised that you have 20 people that you're helping and you're making that much money, $2,200, if we're doing the 4 approaches a day. So instead of always be closing, change it to ABC, always be caring. always be caring, be caring enough to like hear where they're at and just know that some way, somehow you got to just figure out a way to stay in their vortex because you know that they need to be here and stay. So just to reiterate what Mel is saying, there is a training on Saturday mornings. They are going over this document that has these questions that I think are super important. So you can go into that group and rewatch what's already been done. There's 2 weeks to catch up on and documents to find there. But I think that that's a great exercise to figure out why you may have resistance in approaching 4 people a day. You know, maybe it's just your schedule and your time management. Like that's something to consider, that type of stuff. So ways to bring people in so they can hear something from somebody else. Okay. At the training.
Monica, that's somebody get a picture. Somebody get a picture. You gotta show her that. That's
I got the picture. That was great.
You guys are mean.
no, that's
No.
There's going to be
That's
some blackmail
classic.
going on.
ah. Guys are
That
so
was classic.
Let's all do it and take a picture. Ready?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's taking the picture?
I took it.
Okay.
Now that's funny.
That's her best Billy Idol right there.
Oh my gosh, yes. But she fell off now, huh? Okay, I just put the Facebook group for the launch boot camp. So if you guys want to go click through that, if you're not a member of it, then go ahead and join it. It's actually been a great group. Week 1 is in guide 1, all of the documents. Week 2 is in guide 2, all of the documents. And then also you can also find a document that has all the links to all of them. So very cool. And you know, I did actually turn this into a PDF, and then I put it on a jot form so that I could actually fill it out and attach it, because you can edit your own jot forms. So if anybody wants the link to make their own copy, you know, let me know. But you'll have to like go into your thing and just like retype everything. But I like the fact that it'll be with me, because all this stuff will be at home while I'm out driving. So, but it's pretty cool. So, well, I'm glad that I'm recording. Not. So, okay, you guys, does anybody have any questions or anybody want to add anything? Dawn, yes.
I just have a question. In going to that group, it says that the posting in this group has temporarily paused.
Okay, let me see what you're talking about. Well, maybe that just means that they probably just control the posting so that it stays.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it doesn't get all jumbled up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
so, yeah, so usually that's just like, yeah, they don't want, the people who are running the group are the only ones that are posting.
Okay.
Only
I
the
saw.
admins can post in there. That's
Yeah,
what they're
only
doing.
admins.
All right. I saw that earlier and I thought, oh, maybe this group has done, because I was following it and then I got confused.
Yeah, no, it's good. So if you go into that group, you can go and find the Coach Explorer that is in there, and you can click going and start inviting people to that. So I do know that I have, Monica, we got a great picture of you. I'm sure Casey can send it to you. You're doing a full-on Billy Idol. So, and then we all took a picture doing a Billy Idol too, so it'll be fun. Okay, Dana, I'll send you the link to the jot form, and then you're just gonna have to copy it, go into create your own form from a web page and put it in there, and then it will be yours. It's not for you to send to anybody, it's for you to type on your own and put different names on there. It's the way I think it's gonna work. So You'll be my
Quick
guinea
question.
pig with me, Dan. Yes.
So when I'm trying to join that, it's asking for, it says my membership is pending approval, and it's asking for who my global director is.
That
Or-
would be Dawn
Ron
Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Okay.
Be Dawn. Yeah. So, but I think it might, is it the same, Mike, is it the same link as the community calls?
No.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, so anyways, it'll be on there. So it'll be live in there, but I suggest you guys get in the Zoom if you can. And then if you can't be on, then watch the recording of it. So, Nicholas, they'll get you the link just in case it takes a long time. It shouldn't take a long time.
They just approved me. So awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So lots of really great stuff, but
I've got clout.
yeah, I really like that that form to attach to each person. So hold on, let me see if I can actually, if I can grab the link or not. Monica, do you want to talk for a second? I'll see if I can grab that link for anybody who wants it. If she's free or somebody else.
Mel, if you have that on Google Drive, you can actually drop that in the chat group here.
Well, I have it on Google Drive, but that's not a jot form.
Oh, okay.
So I think that most people will get confused if they have to make it into a jot form. So I'll just take care of that really quick. Wait, where is it at?
I mean, there's really no reason why we should want to put it on a jot form because it's not like we're sending it out to people to fill it out. I understand why you're doing it, but I think that is confusing to the people on the call to create it as a jot form because you're not going to use it as, hey, let me send you my jot form so we can explore coaching. You're not going to use it for that reason.
Right. I'm not using it for that reason. I'm just using it to attach to my Trello cards because that's where my health assessments are.
And to be honest with you, if you're using your Trello cards, you could just copy and paste those questions into the block that you're doing your weekly calls.
That's what I would love to have done. That's a
Yeah.
bit, it's just not there yet. So yeah, I know there's a step way to do it. So maybe that we'll figure that out instead.
Just create a new block and make that the coaching block in that Trello card.
Okay.
So it's on every Trello card.
Okay,
for
we'll work
clients.
on that. We'll work on
Yep.
that. That'll be, that way it'll be on every card. So scratch the jot form. That's for me and then
See, we're growing. We're
we'll make it
growing.
easier. So, all right. Okay, anybody else have anything else?
Robert, how are you? Good? All right, just making sure. Okay.
Oh, and it's Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, guys. I just got out of work, so I tried to see if you were still on.
Well, we are just about to hop off, but we love that we got to see your cute face.
Yay.
All right, any last questions, guys? Suggestions, theories?
I just think that what Monica said about getting yourself on the wait list, if you do not have your ticket to convention, definitely do that. Also, just a heads up, you guys, you better buy your plane tickets while gas is not, gas is not going down and jet fuel is not going down. So expect the unexpected. Planes are going to be expensive. So I'm just saying, just be prepared and get your ticket now. Unless you're close enough to drive and you want to drive, then by all means, yeah.
Yay, Madden's are driving.
They can
It's
get
only
about
3 hours,
3 hours.
3 hours from our house to Atlanta,
Well, there you go. You have to go live in North Carolina,
South Carolina.
South Carolina. And
Does
North Carolina.
everyone have accommodations sorted out? Because everyone's staying
Question.
somewhere.
No, I
already.
think there's a couple that don't have hotels yet.
Everyone's staying at hotels like downtown, close to the convention center.
I think
Well,
Oh, that's it.
I booked a hotel close to convention, so you can
Yeah.
still up to via website. They still have openings. So
And
Okay,
that's the thing, if it's one of the hotels that's on that website, they're gonna provide transportation for you,
Mm-hmm.
most of them,
most of them.
Yeah.
most of them. Yeah, we were at one that didn't, so,
Really?
yeah, so we had to shuttle it back, but that's okay.
Wow.
I mean, not shuttle, we had to Uber it back, but that's okay. If I would have known like which hotel I was next to, I could have grabbed a ride with the other bus and just walked to my hotel, but I probably,
I don't think Dana, do you have a place to stay? Because Dina, if you're looking for someone, Dana's, I don't remember her saying she booked a
Where's that-
hotel.
Where's everybody staying? We're at the Omni.
Oh, lucky.
yeah.
Dana, you got a place?
I'm gonna cancel the place I have because Michael's not gonna go. So I would like to be with all of you just to build,
Where are we at, Mel?
you know,
The
camaraderie.
Sheraton.
We're at
We're
the
at the
Sheraton.
Yeah,
It was pretty reasonable there.
yeah, but I think they're booked. They're sold out. Sure.
What we saved on airfare, we invested in the hotel room.
Well, I wanted to invest in that hotel room and I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll just go crash yours.
Okay, there you go. We'll bring the blow up mattress with us.
Funny. Okay, yeah, so, just start thinking about that. If you guys are going, your hotels, if you need hotels and stuff, I know Jen and I are in one, so we might have extra space available, so for 2 more people, so. we'll
I
just-
gotta tell you guys too, like my first couple of conventions, I did not make accommodations to stay until the very last minute. And undoubtedly, there's always somebody that has room. And usually whoever I stayed with at that point is literally one of my best friends today. And I didn't know them prior. So sometimes actually being open to being inserted in a room with people you don't know is such a cool thing, like believe it or not. So just to throw that out there, that has happened for me a few times and I definitely don't regret it. So don't be afraid to just get your plane ticket and piece
I'm
the
open.
hotel. Yeah. Piece the hotel, get your plane ticket and like piece it. We have 60 days, guys. I think they said the other day it's like 57 days away now. So it's coming up. It's the super amazing time, so we want to be there.
And if you have an extra bed, don't be afraid to offer it to somebody because guess what? Go Global 2018, we made a best friend, Joe Otto,
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
because we had an extra bed and we let Joe stay.
We're like, just sleep in our room. It's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I decided to come solo and not bring my husband or the family. So yeah, the hotel that we had booked, Michael works for Hilton, so I can't stay there without him. So I'm gonna make new plans. So I'm just putting that out there.
Awesome.
Anybody who wants to bunk with Dina, let her know.
Yep.
exactly. We'll figure it out. All right, you guys. Thanks for hopping on tonight. We'll see you guys later. See you. Don't forget
Thank you,
about the,
Casey, for sharing. That was awesome.
yes, thank you.
Thanks you
Casey.
guys for hopping on. We hope you got some value. If you have any questions, let us know.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night,
Bye.
John boy.
Good night.